What's up, everybody? Good afternoon, and welcome to the Mickey Thompson NRRA Round 5, this weekend presented by RCV Performance. We are at Hawk Pride Off-Road Park in Northwest Alabama this weekend, and we are ready to kick off an awesome weekend of racing. We've got all 6 classes ready to go, just like always. Matt, we've looked at the courses a little bit today. We've got some beautiful weather here that we're enjoying. Why don't you give us some of your thoughts on the course out there and what we're going to see today?
Well, the course is kind of very, very aggressive. Obviously, lots of hills, lots of rocks, lots of carnage I think we're going to see this weekend. But the big factor, I think, is really going to be weather. Right now, it's 65 and sunny, beautiful weather. A little warmer than 65, but 65 and sunny, beautiful weather, great day. They're saying it may start raining before we're even done for the day. Four of our races, or 3 of our 4 races have been rain so far, so we might be looking at 4 out of 5 by the end of the weekend. So if that rain comes in, we have a lot of big rock ledges. We have a lot of dirt they packed in to help kind of smooth the entrance going in so you can keep some of that momentum going. That may change things drastically if rain sets in today, or obviously if it's pouring down rain tomorrow. Driver plans, what guys are thinking today, especially some of our guys who race UTV and then race Bound to tomorrow, those plans can definitely change. So.
Definitely. I mean, I know my plans might change. I might have to bust out the rain boots, the raincoat,
yeah.
all the things tomorrow. But it's going to be a good time either way. Like Matt said, we're no stranger to racing in the rain at this point, and there's no way around it, so you might as well just find a way to enjoy it.
Yeah.
So it'll definitely keep everybody on their toes tomorrow for sure. But today we will take the sunshine and the dry weather while we've got it, and we will definitely enjoy it. Thank you guys for tuning in with us here on Hillside Live. I hope you're watching from that Rock Racing TV Facebook page. If you're on Facebook, that's where Matt and I are watching from. We want to be able to see your comments and answer your questions and interact with everybody like always. Matt, you've also got another channel pulled up. Why don't you tell them where they can watch outside of Facebook?
We also will have the Rock Racing TV live on YouTube as well pulled up. And again, I know there's so many guys out there that have smart TVs that have the YouTube app. They click on the YouTube app, put that YouTube up there. Sometimes it's on the home screen. It's even on the bottom of the remote. Click on that, get that YouTube channel put up, and now you can kick back in your recliner, sit in the climate-controlled atmosphere with a very nice beverage and some snacky snacks, and sit back, relax, and enjoy the awesome racing action on your big screen. Pause it. Some TVs have. You can pause it, go to the bathroom, get some more refills, and have a great day. So, again, we try to do a lot with YouTube just because it is really a great avenue. And like I said, so many TVs have it. We'll be watching the comments on there as well today. Again, I see some already got Justin Wills tuning in. What's up, buddy? Super Grip tuning in. Sean Keller, what's up? Sean Keller instantly hops in and goes, "What was Timmy's time?" That's how you start on a live feed. Hey, what's up? Hey, welcome. What's Timmy's time? No, that's great. What's up, Justin Wills? How you doing, buddy? I know Justin Wills venturing out, doing some short course racing this year, part of that Digger Deep and Racing team. So his daughter Gatlin and Brody Pierman also doing some short course racing with some dirt track stuff. So we appreciate those guys.
Everyone's branching out a little bit.
Yeah.
We're going to run to a quick commercial break, and when we get back, we're going to have all that racing action, so don't you guys go far.
What you want? No matter where your ride takes you. Come on. Whether it's a quick trip or a slow climb. Come on. When you choose RCV Performance Axles, you're guaranteed to finish every time.
All right, we are back. That's our Raceline starting gate. And we have our UTV stock class sitting right there. Again, they're pulling up in that starting gate. We have a huge course they're going to be running. They're going to go uphill, downhill. They have some jumps they'll be hitting. They'll be doing a wood section as well as some super gnarly rocks. So I'm really, really excited to see. Obviously, the stock class is going to be a little bit easier course than UTV Cup later today. But it's going to be a really gnarly course. All right. Taylor's going to throw a course layup out for us. Again, so you can see they're covering a ton of terrain, coming straight out of that starting gate, turning, hitting that woods course, coming back through that woods course, come across, going up the that's kind of a dirt road. That's kind of an access road. They have a couple downs they can go. One's rocks, one's a concrete ramp, coming all the way down that hill and then heading back through some more jumps. So that's a long course doing a ton of driving.
And we were looking at that, the Maverick side of the hill, which is the super rocky section. That's going to be where a lot of the action is going to be taking place this weekend. I don't know as much about the stock class, but I know a lot of our drivers that are in both stock and cup were talking about trying to launch it and jump from the top
Yes.
to the bottom
Yeah.
and hopefully land in the clear.
Yeah.
So we might be seeing some of that. So we might be getting some skinny pedal nominations right
Yes.
off the bat.
Really.
I don't know. Who knows?
And I think that's a good point. If all it takes is one guy successfully landing that, and then I think everybody else is going to try to follow. It's like being the first guy on a little bicycle when you're younger, and everybody's got their BMX bikes out, and you build a ramp. It's the first guy that hits the ramp that really has the kind of the most courage. Well, after he can successfully complete it, then everybody else is got to be a little more tuned to jump in there.
Okay, I can do that. All right, and we have Clay Kaysen on the line, ready to start things off for the Rock Life Off-Road UTV stock class. I believe Clay was a late entry on this class. We usually see Clay racing in the Cup class. All right, everybody, if you're just tuning in, you haven't missed anything yet. Clay is our first driver of the day, of the weekend, out here at Hawk Pride. And he is kicking off our Rock Life Off-Road UTV stock class, showing us the course here.
I believe he actually volunteered to go first.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Clay's coming off a win from last weekend at AOP in Tennessee. Off another event, their Adventure Challenge Series. See if he can carry some of that momentum into this weekend.
Heck yeah. What's up, Kara? Will Bell tuning in. What's up, buddy? Again, there's kind of that gauntlet of rocks that are coming through. You'll see the drivers, the rock bouncers, will be going up that tomorrow. See what his time's going to be.
That's a 65.509.
65.509 for Clay Kaysen, our first time of the day. We have Reed Gann on the line now.
I think they came and entered the race this morning. They came up and were like, we want to try this.
Yeah, Reed and his son Hunter both were late entries. Came and maybe it just looked like fun, and they were like, let's do it. I think that's how we end up with a lot of our late entries.
We do, which is, again, a great time.
So when you guys hear us say we have late entries, I just mean someone that didn't sign up ahead of time, on the website, or they might have waited till the day of the race, and that's definitely totally allowed. It just means they might end up having to go first.
Yes.
Whoever is drawn number one from our drivers that do pre-sign up, they get the choice of if they want the late entries to run at the beginning, to run at the end of the race.
And our driver that hit number one, I believe, was Coy, and he said, you know what, let him go first. And then he found out it was a dad and a very young son. Then he was like, oh. And I think that's why Mr. Kaysen said, I'll go first, no big deal.
So here's Reed out on the course for us now.
Okay, you watch. Look how much dust is just ripping off the back of that side-by-side. What's up, Greg? Enjoy life. Tuning in from that YouTube channel. Again, I don't think there's anything super crazy about our UTV stock and VIN class course, but when it's that long and your guys are pushing that hard, things can get out of control very quickly. Let's put it that way.
You got to make sure you don't get lost out here, too.
It's true.
They're crossing back into their own dust trail.
Yeah.
Coming through that RCV ravine.
Ooh. Cornering through there on two wheels.
Oh, over the race line ramp. .324. Now, what's up, John Russell? All right, now we've got Coy Chappell on the line. Looks like he decided to let young Hunter maybe watch another driver and not have to go right off the bat.
Which, again, I believe they said he was 10 years old, so that's kind of awesome. I don't know. I was, again, like trying not to eat sand at 10 years old, so the fact we have guys out here racing full-size UTVs.
Why do I believe that, man?
It's just so funny to see what 10-year-olds do now on, like, TikTok versus what I was doing at 10,
gosh.
Like, don't fall off my bike, don't fall off my bike. Yeah, it's incredible. Again, some of our youth racers are the same way. They're just insane to see what that youth class has done.
Well, Coy Chappell's on the line, and he also took home first place at our last race in Rush a few weeks ago. Did pretty well for himself so far. Doing pretty well for himself so far this season, definitely. See if he can hang on to that momentum.
Yeah.
We are race number 5 this weekend, so that means we are going to be officially halfway through the season after we complete today and tomorrow's racing, which is kind of weird to think about already, that it's somehow almost June.
Yes.
Tomorrow, June.
And it's crazy.
And we're halfway through the season.
Yeah. I was telling you, we're halfway through the season, we got a summer break. We don't. It's like 3
Not
more
really.
weeks, and then we have our summer break.
We spread them out a little differently this
Yeah.
week. All right, here we go with Coy Chappell on the course.
A bunch of us went to Mexico last night. About 16, 18 of us went to Mexico last night and had a pretty good time. They were giving Coy a hard time because he was going to be the first guy up, so he was being a champ. So
what? Somebody was giving somebody else a hard time? No way.
Sean DeHaven's tuning in. What's up? I know Havens are here. I've seen them all. That apparently Havens racing team. Mr. John Russell, what's up? Sean Keller, that's a good question. I've had some Red Bull and some donuts this morning. And Chick-fil-A.
Oh, boy.
And some Chick-fil-A.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. That's what Coy's saying right now. Took a little bit of a rough hit in the ravine down there, but he's still cruising.
Yeah, we've seen a couple guys. Oh, man.
Oh, and maybe it might have caused him more problems than it seemed like. Can he still get through the finish line, though?
He doesn't have far to go. Oh, man. Trying to halfway straighten it up. Again, he's only got about 50 feet to go. He's got to go over that little jump and then through the finish line. So he's very, very close.
Did he break a tie rod?
But tires are both. I think it's the front left. His tires are definitely pointed in.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, front left tire.
Oh, no. And he's so close.
He's like, oh, I've almost got it. There you go. Come on.
Oh, yeah. He's broke. But he's still got a finish out of it. Way to stick with it, Coy.
See what his time's going to be.
1:28.204. Definitely not the time he was hoping for out here, but at least he was able to get that finish. When you're a seasoned driver, when you're in it for the long haul for the year, the points definitely matter, and you're keeping an eye on that. It's not just about each individual race and your time for each hill, but you're thinking about those points too and looking ahead for the rest of the season. All right, we've got Brady McCreath on the line now. All right, he's up and over the race line ramp right out the gate.
Again, whipping through that woods course there. Ooh, airing it out a little bit. You see all the tapes and flags put up while our course work this morning. Whoa.
Airing it out up there.
Dude, there's a couple different options how they can come down. Just thrashing through there. Whoa! Again, that's a really tight corner coming through there. You got to go from going downhill to uphill. Why there's a big jump, so. See what his time's going to be. How does radio click on for a minute? All right, 7:1.299. Not a bad time.
Current fastest time on this course is Clay Kaysen with a 65, followed by Reed Gann with a 70, Brady with a 71, and Coy Chappell with a 128. And we've got Cody Kaysen on the line now. You can always tell. You see that American flag waving off the back. Cody is first in points right now in the Rock Life Off-Road UTV stock class coming into this weekend, but only by 1 point over Brandon Davis. Cody is coming in with 373, Brandon Davis at 372, and then we've got Dylan Dowler in that third place spot with 320 for points coming into this weekend. So definitely Cody and Brandon are battling right now.
We were eating Mexican last night, and the margs were flowing, and Brandon was getting a little saucy with Cody and Clay. They started making bets. Then they started making side bets on their actual bets.
I am not surprised.
It was a lot of fun.
Well, the real question is Cody going to beat his brother Clay right now? So Clay had a time of a 65.5. Well, let's see what Cody can do.
What's up, Michael Hubbard? What's up, buddy?
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to Hillside Live. If you're just joining us, you haven't missed too much. We're a handful of drivers in with our UTV stock class, Course 1. We're here at Hawk Pride Off-Road Park in Alabama this weekend for Round 5 of the Mickey Thompson National Rock Racing Association. This weekend presented by RCV Axles.
Tuning in from Tuscumbia, Alabama, for those of you.
I think we're somewhere close to Muscle Shoals-ish.
Yes, we are.
If I remember right.
That's what this morning I was at Planet Fitness and it said Muscle Shoals.
There you go. We're somewhere around Muscle Shoals, but Tuscumbia, if you want to be specific.
Man, he is flying through there.
It's looking pretty good for Cody. I don't know. Is he going to beat that 65?
He was flying.
Oh.
Wow.
That's a
64.223 from Cody Kaysen, and he snuck by his big brother Clay. Clay now in a second place spot for Course 1 with a 65, and then we've got Reed with a 70, Brady with a 71, and Coy with a 128. Daniel Heckley is on the line right now. Speaking of Daniel Heckley, you guys might have noticed if you've been with us since the beginning of the show, and you could see Matt and I. Today is, of course, Friday, so it's Featured Driver Friday, and we are wearing our Heckley Racing shirts. So
heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
That's something Bree would say.
Heckley, yeah.
Throwing those appropriate dad jokes out.
You gotta get them while you can.
Yeah.
So, go Daniel.
And we're
rooting for you, especially today.
Yeah, so we have big Heckleys racing. We got little Heckleys racing this weekend. All the Heckleys. And Joey Left says he's cooking meat on the smoker, and he has to run in and out of the house, so being able to pause on YouTube is nice.
Oh.
So, that's kind of sweet. Home smoking meat, watching the big screen. I mean, that's a pretty great way to watch rock racing TV. Oh man.
Is this going to be another little Can-Am that could?
I don't know.
Is Daniel gonna take this thing through the ringer like Brandon did?
Brandon beats that poor little thing up so much.
I mean, the way they like to make their friendly wagers,
They do.
kind of push each other.
Yeah.
6-6.
6.493 for Daniel Heckley.
All right, these guys are starting to tighten up the
Yeah.
times a little bit. We've still got Cody Kaysen in the lead with a 64, followed by Clay Kaysen with a 65. Now Daniel with a 66. Those are your top three and course one for the Rock Life Off-Road UTV stock class.
How much do you think that rub it in? As soon as they oh, yeah, great job today. I mean, you weren't as fast as me, but you did a good job.
I mean,
Brandon
hasn't run yet.
I was talking about Cody and Clay.
Cody and Clay.
Since they have to ride home in the same vehicle, oh, hey. Well, this race, it's
sure
not.
There's some ribbon.
They drove separate because they only live 45 minutes away. So.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, they say Cody was here yesterday afternoon, and then Clay and his dad rode together. He's like, yeah, we live 45 minutes. He goes, we go home at night sometimes. I'm like, must be nice.
Nice.
Yeah. Must be nice. Good time. Again, we appreciate everybody tuning in.
South if you want to be close to the racing.
Apparently. I was like, yeah, it was a 12-hour drive for us. Thanks. High five.
Was it really?
Yeah, it's a long drive. Alabama and Arkansas are pretty long drives.
Dylan Dowler on the course now.
Again, Dylan's buggy always sticks out with that neon orange.
Dylan's coming into the weekend third in points right now in the UTV stock class.
What's up, Wild Wyatt Wilson?
Dylan also raced last weekend at AOP. And I think he had a second or third place.
I got a little tip. Little birdie told me you did some racing last weekend at AOP.
I did not, but I rode along while Chad Molitor did some racing in the Raptor.
Yeah, I heard it was a good time.
It was good. We had fun. I think that's the first time I've ever seen a pickup being barrel raced.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting.
Actually, it happened because of Dylan.
Oh,
we
yeah?
were driving by, all the guys were hanging out, and Dylan asked my dad, he's like, you going to race this thing? Just joking. And
yeah.
I was like, don't. Yeah. He will.
Yes.
And then Dad's like, you know what, actually?
Yeah, again.
The next thing you know.
Yeah.
We're out spinning around in the field, around the barrels.
Yes. Only because I know what a professionally sophisticated person your dad is. Makes it even funnier that he, just hardcore off-road racing.
My dad likes to play. Work hard, play hard.
Yeah.
71.860 for Dylan Dowler. You guys can follow along on his Dowler Motorsports page, and he's posts recap videos from the race weekend and all sorts of good stuff on there. If you guys want to go follow, subscribe, all the things.
Yes.
I'm sure Dylan would appreciate that. All right, is this Hunter? This must be Hunter Gann, but maybe we can get confirmation.
I love that. Case. He is getting it out there. Again.
All right, this is Hunter Gann.
10 years old, out there just getting it.
And this is a great course, for a newer racer as well. Nice and long. You get lots of different elements, to experience. Get some good seat time.
And those are some steep ledges he's coming down right now. That's pretty gnarly right there. And being
instead of racing in the youth class, which he could have done, he decided to go ahead and come on over into the stock class.
Well, and doing a great job.
Oh, no. Sent it a little too hard.
Some of our full-size drivers out there running out to help him. Good news is this is such a light buggy, it's very easy to flip back over.
Let's see if the three of them can do it.
Yeah.
Come on, fellas.
There we go.
There you go.
That is awesome.
Oh, I wonder if that was Hunter's first rollover.
Yeah, maybe.
Hey, he had a great run going. This is not an easy course, and like we said, instead of racing in the youth class, he went on and jumped into the stock class. So good for him for coming on out and giving it his best shot on the course today.
All right,
Let's go to a quick replay. Presented by Rock Racing TV. Catch that action one more time. There we go. Just a little bit of a tip over at the bottom.
Oh, yeah. He's going to finish the rest of the lap topless.
All right, guys, we are not quite halfway through Course 1 for the Rock Life Off-Road UTV Stock Class. Thank you guys for tuning in with us here on Hillside Live. We are at Hawk Pride Off-Road Park in Tuscumbia, Alabama, Northwest Alabama this weekend for Round 5 of the Mickey Thompson National Rock Racing Association. This weekend presented by RCV Axle. As always, huge thank you and shout out to them and all of our sponsors for helping us do what we do and put on these events and be able to come out and have a place for everybody that loves this sport as much as we do to be able to compete and participate, and then for you guys at home that are watching, be able to spectate and enjoy along with us.
Yeah. And again, we see a lot of people tuning in. Where's everybody tuning in from? Again, we got some people on YouTube. We got some people on Facebook. Where's everybody checking in from today? Again, this is the 5th race of the National Rock Racing Association. We're in Alabama this weekend racing.
Looks like Don Curtis out on the course now.
They lost a hub on the way here. So he was telling me how they...
On the trailer?
Yeah.
Oh.
So they were telling us about how they had got it. Luckily, Daniel Heckley and Jay Storch were right behind them, so they pulled in, unhooked the truck real quick, ran down like 5 miles down the road. There was an RV store that had everything they needed right in front of them.
How convenient.
Got all the parts, ran back, put all together, and now they bought enough parts to have a spare hub as well. So I was like, wow, that's
Nice.
talk about perfect timing.
I'm glad it worked out for them.
Yeah. Enjoy Life on YouTube. Said he's tuning in from Southeast Tennessee. Yeah, you're a little bit of ways if you're on the eastern side of Tennessee. You're a bit of a drive.
We've got Ronnie with Super Grip up in Ocean City, Maryland.
Heck yeah.
That's a little bit of a drive,
That
speaking
is
of.
Maryland. That's a ways away.
Don making his way through the RCV ravine. Got a good smooth run going right now. .73736. A real good solid run from Don Curtis. And I see that blue cage. That's Scotty Harden on the line right now.
We have some very, very pretty cages. We have some great, great looking rigs out there.
Scotty drew number 13. Looks like he decided to go ahead and keep that spot.
Yeah. Not a bad place to be at. Again, you're going to run about a third of the way through the driving order on the first course and about 2/3 of the way through on the second course. So not a bad place to be.
So when you guys hear us talk about number 13, if you're not familiar with the series and what that means, it's just kind of a little extra fun thing for the drivers. Whoever draws number 13 has the option to either stay in that 13th spot or to go first or to go last.
Yeah,
So.
Again, like I said, and depending on the course, if it's nice and dry, it's going to be a quick course going later in the day. You can kind of watch everybody see who got the fastest time and be like, just try to do what they did, but faster. But muddy, if things can get dug out, rutted out, rocks can get moved. So it's much, much better to run earlier in the day and kind of get out there, get in front of the ruts, get in front of all the ledges. And again, so, changing that order up by having, hopping all around, it's kind of nice. And that way you're not running the first guy both times, the last guy both times, and tries to make it as fair as possible. Got Kylie King tuning in from Russellville, Arkansas. But she's traveling out west. Kara, Brookville, Indiana, home of the Reclaim Racing, which is like a rowdy race team. If you haven't watched, just tune in. Super Grip Ronnie, 15 hours away. Yeah, Kara, I saw your husband riding a pit bike up a hill this morning, and he didn't make it, so he hopped off and wheelied the bike next to him as he's kind of jogging up it. It was quite comical. I was cheering him on.
That's a pretty steep hill for a pit bike.
Yeah. Rich V.
Scotty Harden's making quick work of it right now, though.
Rich V says hello, tuning in from Newberg, Oregon. Watching on YouTube. Oregon's a ways away.
Well, that's a little ways away.
That's like 38-hour drive to here. Definitely getting it. You can hear a lot of those guys who are just absolutely hammering when they start. As soon as they turn that corner at the bottom. 70.169 for Scotty Harden. Again, as soon as they turn that bottom corner, they're just ripping it up the hill.
Definitely a good run from Scotty. Our top three hasn't changed in a little bit, though. We've got Cody Kaysen sitting in the lead with a 64 right now, followed by Clay Kaysen with a 65 and Daniel Heckley with a 66. And then it looks like we've got Scotty in fourth place spot right now with that 70.1, and then we've got Reed Gann with a 70.3. Jay Stort's now out on the course. Kara said that was actually her brother, Matt.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. The Reclaim Racing's got
It's
a big.
hard to know.
They got
All
a big
the family,
crew,
right?
Yeah, they got a big crew. He launched up, and as soon as he launched in the air, you heard like a crunching noise. Sounded like he kicked out of gear because he sat there for a minute. So my guess is it, as he hit that ledge and launched in the air, it clicked out of gear at that point.
Sounded like what Big Booty Judy does every time you jump a little bit,
Yeah.
and she comes out of gear, like all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what it sounded like to me.
Yeah. Yeah, we haven't seen the old Ranger
Big
5.
Booty Judy, of course, being my
Yes.
four-seat raiser.
Yeah, we haven't seen.
Just so there's not any weird rumors.
Yeah, we haven't. True. So we haven't seen the old Ranger 5000 out in a while.
Not lately. I wanted to take it out to AOP last weekend, but it just didn't happen.
Yeah.
Life just
Yeah.
can't always get everything done. So.
After the last time I saw you race it, it's probably scared. Be like, no more, please.
Oh, Jay! Saved it!
Oh, wow.
Saved it!
Get her done.
That was good.
That's impressive.
.720.
That was a very impressive save.
He rode that out for a little
did.
ways. That was pretty good. All right, we have a first-time racer, Cohen Ellison, on the line now.
All right, next up, Cohen Ellison.
I love seeing some new names on our drivers list, and even those that maybe only join us once or twice each season.
Yeah.
You know, they hit their local race with us. Love everyone coming on out and getting to join in the fun. We got 6 classes to choose from, so, I mean, there's
Yes.
a little something for everybody
Really?
out here. Whatever, stage you're at, level
Yeah.
of commitment,
Yeah.
whatever you want to get involved with out here, we should have a class for you.
Yeah, because it's not just, it's comfort, not just budget, but it's also comfort level too,
Right. So Cohen's doing an awesome job out here right now.
And that's a hard, sharp turn to make in a side-by-side and or a bouncer. Because as soon as you land, you got to kind of, gas it. A lot of guys are trying to whip it around a little bit, hit that those ledges coming down. And the Cup Series, you can see off to the right there, those big, steep rocks, that's in the Cup Series. They'll be coming down there. So that's where Bree and Bree was talking this morning about, guys might be trying to jump that. It'll be a very, very interesting time.
Looking like a good run for Cohen. Nice.
.127 from Mr. Cohen Ellis. All right, looks like it Mr. Rock Life Off-Road himself, Dan Carter, sitting up there. Not starting gate. Again, he made his own flyer for this event. It was pretty interesting.
I like Dan's posters.
Yeah, they were great.
Those are fun.
Although, speaking of flyer, we had an awesome buggy on the front of the flyer this time, Bree. Would you like
We
to?
sure
Would
did.
you like to tell us about that?
That was one good-looking bouncer they chose to put on the poster for this event. Look at
that.
Look who's that in the driver's seat?
Yeah.
Look at that old retired, washed up
Whatever.
rock racer in the
Yeah,
driver's seat
whatever.
there. Semi-retired.
Semi-retired.
That was actually here 4 years ago already, that
wow.
picture. Good times.
It looked like a good time. It looked like all 4 tires are off the ground, just launching through the air.
Who even knows?
Bree's like, I don't know. I am not confirming or denying that. I like that it was at this park, too.
Yeah.
Because
I don't know how that worked out. If there's, like,
yeah,
the pictures to choose from were from Hog Pride, or
no,
I don't think so.
Just goes in. So we have several people who help us with doing our flyer stuff. So, again, it's a total random person helping make flyers sometime that has no idea what buggies are what.
He's just like, this one looks cool.
Yeah,
Let's
this one looks cool.
there.
And it just happened to be that's the picture it came from.
That one did look cool.
It was.
I don't blame him. Dan Carter, here we go.
Dan Carter, part of that Rock Life Off-Road group. They do help out the series as well. And Dan started his sponsorship because he needed a set of doors. Remember the ones that used to fly open all the time?
Yeah.
He needed a set of doors. And Brian Dennick was here, and he's like, hey, man, I need a set of doors. And Brian's like, well, he was trying to save a little money, and they were chatting. And Dan says, trying to cut a little budget, like, hey, I'm a racer. And he said, well, I got a used set of doors if you're trying to save a little money. He's like, but they got a big sticker on the side. And Dan's like, all right. And he's like, well, if I keep the sticker on it, can you make me a better deal? And he's like, yeah, I'll cut you a sweet deal. So that's how their partnership started with Rock Life. The sponsorship started with a used set of doors he needed for a Polaris RZR back in the day, and since then
it's been several seasons ago now.
And they have some cool merch. They have some cool wraps. They did the Good Wrench, the old Dale Earnhardt wrap a couple of years ago. It was very, very cool. Anything Dale Earnhardt's pretty cool. The old 1-3 on there, the old 3 on the door. Dan is getting it.
Over the race line ramp. Come on now. $71.579.
It's incredible how many times between 64 and 74 we have like almost all of our times. It's incredible. I mean, they're a tight packed group. Like Reed ran a 70.325 and Dan just ran a 71.579. And Dylan Dollar, 71.
We've got 270s, 371s.
Yeah, 371s. Brody with a 71 as well. I mean, that's
73.
That's crazy. It's just impressive to see that we have a minute and 10-second course, a minute shade over a minute course, and we have all these times separated by, fractions of seconds. I think I hear Don Curtis firing up because we have lots of quiet side-by-sides with mufflers. Then we have Don Curtis who's like 454.
Don Curtis not in the UTV.
Yes.
And Bigfoot.
Yes.
Josh Krapinski on the course now. Disappeared in the dust like Batman or something out here.
Yeah.
There he is.
The air's getting a little crunchy out here.
Crunchy air.
Little grit to it.
We'll be wishing for that tomorrow, though. So.
Yes, we will, as the rain pours down on us.
I caught KIDs about 20 years ago, and I'm still trying to get rid of it. Come on! I know you can go faster than that. At least that's what she said.
Coming down, hitting
that. All right, Josh, through the RCV ravine. Hitting those rocks in there.
I don't know if you guys at home can hear how hard his belly pan is mashing those rocks, but it literally sounds like there's someone with a sledgehammer on the bottom belly of that side-by-side.
It's like a little gnome down there with a little hammer.
Yeah, it does. It does. 71.262. That gives us 4 times all in the 71-second range.
That's a new record, huh?
But our top 3 has remained unchanged. Cody Kaysen with a 64, Clay Kaysen with a 65, and Daniel Heckley with a 66. Looks like Braden Upchurch on the line now.
How did you pull that off? Don't let off.
Got a handful of racers before we finish up our stock class. Then we'll be doing our VIN class and then wrapping up the day with our UTV Unlimited Cup Series.
Yeah, and then round 2 for everybody.
Yeah.
All right, here we go with Braden Upchurch.
Yeah, you could see some of these guys almost wish we'd have a little rain. Again, they were saying sprinkle maybe later today, and then like maybe rain as of tomorrow morning.
Be careful what you wish for, though.
Yeah. Again, we don't mind a little knocking the dust down a little bit, but yeah, that silt almost to the bottom down there, it gets pretty gnarly.
There it is.
All right.
Let's see what that time is. 73.557 for Braden Upchurch. Makes me think of a country singer every time. It just sounds like a good country singer name.
Yeah, it does.
Braden Upchurch.
Uh-oh.
All
Got
right.
Brandon Davis sitting in that starting gate.
Brandon, and it used to be the little Can-Am that could. Now it's the little Can-Am that can. It got a few upgrades and modifications a couple races ago.
Say that 3 times fast. The Can-Am that can.
Brandon is only 1 point behind Cody Kaysen so far for the season coming into this weekend in that second place spot. And I know there are some side bets going on.
Yeah.
Some friendly wagers.
Yes.
So between him and the Kaysens. So
yes. Again, they were being ornery last night.
We'll see if he can beat a 64 or not.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's what Cody Kaysen's got the fastest time right now with that 64, and then Clay Kaysen right behind him in second currently with a 65. So that's what Brandon needs to beat right now, according to what the word on the street, if you will.
So he has a bet with Cody and a bet with Kaysen, which are different amounts.
And then Clay.
Yes, a bet with Cody, a bet with Clay, and they're different amounts. And then if he wins both of those bets, he gets an extra $100 on top of it. So it was very honoring. He was, and it was pretty awesome to watch him. It will be interesting to see how this goes today. I'm very excited because obviously guys like to, when there's money in line, guys drive a little bit harder. So
it's natural.
They like to be a little more honorary.
I think they should make these bets a little more fun.
Yeah, we've seen haircuts be involved.
Yeah,
we've seen
somebody's got to wash the buggy or something.
Oh,
after.
yeah.
There's a wash station up here.
Yeah,
at Hawk Pride.
Yeah.
There's some manual labor in there.
For real.
You don't race hard then.
I'll tell you,
nobody wants to have to go do a chore after.
Yeah,
a race.
If it pours down rain tomorrow, that would be a long, long day. You're talking hours to power wash a buggy.
That's probably more worth it than $100.
Yeah, way more, way more. I know I've spent $100 at a car wash washing my buggy before.
Yeah, these guys got to get smarter with their wagers.
Yeah. Oh yeah. out there with some short shorts on, scrubbing away. That would definitely do well on the internet, I think. Yeah, I could just see Daniel doing that. That would be very funny.
All right, we've got Brandon on the line, and then we still have Alston Tidwell and Brantley Havens for Course 1 of the Rock Life Off-Road UTV Stock Class. Then, of course, we have our VIN class and our UTV Unlimited class, and we'll be back for round 2.
Yeah.
Let's go, Brandon.
He is making quick work of that.
He's so fast. He's crossing back through all his own dust trails. He's hard to even see him right now. All right, he's coming into the RCV ravine. Oh, a little hot coming in. Oh,
no! No!
Is he stuck or broke? I can't see that back left tire. Oh.
I saw Keith yelling, shut it off, so.
Oh, no.
Broke a trailing arm.
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
The
Broke
little Can-Am that can't anymore.
Yes.
And that's Cody Kaysen down there, probably gloating just a little bit. Oh, man. Yeah, he came flying into that RCV ravine. Just a little too hot.
Yeah. Dang it. Dang it. That stinks. All right, got a replay here brought to you by Rock Racing TV. Came in right there. He tagged it. And you heard it hit really hard.
Yeah. We heard it.
And then it just stopped pulling. Man. Dang it. You hate that for Brandon. Because
Clay and Cody don't.
Yeah, they don't mind. But Brandon races this for 4 classes today. And not to mention he also drives around in it. So
4 courses.
4 courses, yeah sorry.
Yeah, because he races
2
the
classes,
Can-Am
4 courses.
Cup class there. Well, was going to race the Can-Am and the Cup class as well.
Was going to. Dang it. Oh, you hate to see that for Brandon. And the first guy to him, there's Cody Kaysen.
That's Cody.
You know,
Cody Kaysen currently sitting in the lead on course 1.
Isn't that awesome that the guy that's currently leading the entire course right now comes down and is the first guy to help get you out? I mean, again, that is just super, super neat to see.
That's how we roll out here.
Yeah.
That's what makes this sport, I'm going to say, more special than a lot of others is the camaraderie between all the drivers, even between, the spectators and the friends and family that are out here. When somebody needs a sandwich, when somebody needs an axle,
hey,
it doesn't matter what it is.
I've eaten a lot of sandwiches from our race family, I promise you. Bobby Upchurch and Angie Upchurch both are cheering on Braden.
Oh, yeah, sure.
That's super neat to see.
He had a good run.
He did.
Well, let's go ahead. Y'all give me just a second to figure this up, and we'll do a little bit of a rundown. Actually, while I figure that up, we'll cut to a quick commercial break, and I'll give you those times when we come back.
The Mickey Thompson Premium Mud Terrain is on the road and full of undisputed attitude. The Baja Boss MT. No compromises, ever. We are purpose-built tires for truck and Jeep enthusiasts everywhere. All mud tires are not created equal, and here's the proof. Powerply XD construction, asymmetrical tread design, extreme side biters, and more. Find your tire size today at MickeyThompsonTires.com.
These UTV guys have been pushing the limits for years, and we are keeping up with them, providing them the strongest axle on the planet. Our UTV line uses all 300M components, high-temp synthetic moly grease, to handle the abuse of these short courses or long desert races, whatever these guys are doing. They've been pushing the limits, and we've been keeping up. So the years of development for the Pro Series line with our 300M, we have learned so much. We've taken that technology and we've taken the things out of it that make it, absolutely the strongest and made it the strongest in class for trail use. And we've come out with a Trail Series axle. And that axle is going to be 4340 chromoly steel, all US made, and it is going to be the best in class for your trail. So you don't necessarily have to get the Pro Series. If you're not out here racing, if you don't have 300 horsepower hill killing with these guys, you can get a Trail Series RCV axle and go out and cruise with your buddies with peace of mind that you're not going to break. So for everything UTV, visit us at rcvperformance.com. And for Trail Series, find us at trailseriesaxle.com.
Rebirthed from the depths of Baja, Mickey Thompson Tires announces a new American mud terrain legend. The new Baja Legend MTZ. Silica reinforced T4 tread compound. Powerply 3-ply construction. Improved 4-pitch side biters. Proven MTZ tread styling for undisputed traction. 35 different sizes, and one is just waiting for your rig. The Baja Legend MTZ.
All right, guys, welcome back. I promised you a quick rundown from where we are so far in Course 1. We do have a couple drivers left, but I'll go ahead and just do a top 10 real quick while we are waiting on recovery. Cody Kaysen is in the lead with a 64, followed by Clay Kaysen with a 65, Daniel Heckley with a 66, and then we got Scotty Harden with a 70.1, Reed Gann with a 70.3, and then we get into our 71s here. Let's see. Josh Krapinski with a 71.2, and Brady McCreath. Oh, I'm sorry. Josh with a 71.26, Brady with a 71.29, Dan Carter with a 71.5, and Dylan Dowler with a 71.8, and then Cohen Ellison with a 73.1, rounding out that top 10 spot for us currently. We do still have Alston Tidwell and Brantley Havens on the list here. We are getting Brandon Davis recovered out of the RCV ravine.
Literally, like,
pretty much straight behind us.
Like right behind Bree over here. Yeah.
That way.
Yeah.
That way.
Just keep going. Oh, there we are. Hillside Live.
There, now we're official.
Now feel presidential.
All right, you guys can see our Heckley Racing.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
Feature Driver Friday, so we're representing for the Heckleys this weekend.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
So it's a good time again. I hate seeing Brandon getting winched out of there. Like, you can see all the drivers, like, literally, like, again, right here. All those guys standing right here. Yeah, and just, again, you hate to see that. Again, they were, last night, they were all talking about how they're going to push it. And stock class, again, you can see we have like a 6-pack of 71 times right now. So, you know, they obviously are very competitive. Everybody's pushing hard. So you hate to see Brandon break. And again, like I said, racing, you know, 2 classes with four different courses. You hate to see him break on the first course because obviously he was going to have a very competitive day. Just really stinks. And again, they might be able to get it fixed. We have some young guys that are pretty able.
So Brandon broke a trailing arm. If you guys missed his run a few minutes ago, he came cruising on into that RCV ravine.
Yeah.
Pretty hot. And clearly didn't make it very far, unfortunately.
Yeah. Usually has a strap and a shackle in there. He'll open it, drop it, you know, run it around, and then throw the shackle in the back of the bucket.
I feel like this is one of those claw machines when you're a kid. You waste so much money on a dinky little toy out of it, but the fun part is trying to get it with the claw. I feel like that's what this is the grown-up version.
Spend $30 on a $2 toy.
Yeah, exactly.
That's true. He did. Yeah.
I remember my brother and I, we were in a hotel on a family trip, and we managed to get some stuffed thing, and it was this ugly toy, but I kept it because we had got it with the claw machine, and it's the only time I've ever actually won anything with the claw machine. So I kept that thing for a long time, just because it was, you know, top prize.
Probably.
It was like
Probably.
this little stuffed jester.
Probably a $2 toy.
Dinky thing.
They spent $47 on it.
But, yeah, it was our, we were pretty proud of getting it out of the claw machine.
Their dad's like, sweet. So I spent $47 on this $2 stuffed animal.
Where'd all my quarters go?
Yeah. 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 It's.
Hey, guys, just take your time. Real slow and easy. We'll see if we can drag this recovery out for another hour.
So you guys get an up-close personal view of the recovery process right now.
Yeah. Good times.
So we got a lot of supervisors up there standing at the top of the ravine.
And what's funny is half of those guys run equipment for a living.
So they're all like, nah, he should put it over here. He needs to attach it. He needs to strap over it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of supervising going on there.
Yeah, there has to be.
And this is Brandon there in the front in the fire suit. He just had to walk away. He was done. He's done with it.
Yeah.
He said, I can't. I'm walking away.
Yeah. Again, he was sitting second by 1 point coming into this weekend in this class, and then he obviously races this in 2 classes, so that's a huge bummer.
So the little Can-Am that could became the little Can-Am that can, and now it is the little Can-Am that can't.
Yeah.
What an emotional roller coaster we have been on.
What an emotional roller coaster it has been for the little Can-Am.
With this vehicle.
Yes.
Oh, what a season.
Yeah.
I feel like we could write a kid's storybook out of this.
Yeah.
Don't worry, the Can-Am will make a comeback.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, probably later today. We'll see how quick they can work some magic.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of magic that can get worked out here. You had a little redneck and engineering ingenuity and some zip ties, spare parts, And things happen pretty quick out here.
We got some young guys that have, initiative to jump in there, and I've seen a lot of parts get changed between course 1 and course 2.
Oh, yeah. Stuff where I'm like, oh, bummer, their weekend's over. And then, lo and behold, they show up for round 2. I'm like, how? That would have taken you 3 weeks at home.
Really.
But somehow you can get it done in 30 minutes when you're at a race.
It's true.
Oh, if you guys are just tuning in with us, welcome to Hillside Live. No, we are not racing excavators, backhoes, any other construction equipment. This is just an unfortunate side effect of racing. That is Brandon Davis and the little Can-Am that can't anymore getting recovered off the course. We are racing at Hawk Pride Off-Road Park in Northwest Alabama this weekend for round 5 of the Mickey Thompson NRRA. This weekend presented by RCV Axle. We just have a couple of drivers left for course 1 of the Rock Life Off-Road UTV stock class. I gave you guys a quick top 10 rundown of where we were up to this point, or where we are up to this point in the race. Top 3 right now is Cody Kaysen, Clay Kaysen, and Daniel Heckley. We've still got Alston Tidwell and Brantley Havens to run before we move on to our VIN class. As always, a little friendly reminder that if you're watching on Facebook, come on over to that Rock Racing TV Facebook page so we can see your comments, answer your questions, hang out with everybody in one spot. That's where Matt and I are watching from. And if you prefer or need another source besides Facebook, then you can go on over to the Rock Racing TV YouTube channel and watch on there as well. And Matt is checking out comments on there, too, in case we've got some questions and things coming up.
And speaking of tuning in live feed, Mr. Chad Molitor just tuned in for us. Mr. Chad finally...
did he now?
He did. He did.
Welcome to the show, Chad Molitor. Thanks for tuning in with us. We may or may not have been talking about you a little bit earlier in your barrel racing escapades in the All right, guys, we are very close to having a course clear and ready to wrap up our couple remaining drivers for round 1 of the Rock Life Off-Road UTV stock class.
Definitely going to be a great day of racing again. You can see our race line starting gate there. Going to be an awesome day. Yeah, look at all those guys there. And you know they're all talking to Brandon like, oh, man, tough go at it.
Clay, look at Clay. He's just like, I knew it. I knew this would happen.
How do you change a
said,
tire?
"Where's
Like,
my
we got
$100?"
it. Yeah, we got. Yeah, you know he's saying that. Yeah.
Hey, as long as you've got enough friends with you,
Yeah.
you don't need Jacks.
You really don't.
You don't need
really
Jack,
don't.
Matt.
You don't need Jack. Yeah.
Speaking of Jack,
you
where's Jack Porter?
Yeah, he isn't here yet.
Aw.
Dang it.
Aw.
That
Oh, that's
stinks.
right. He told me he wasn't going to be here. I remember that now.
Dang it.
All right, let's give it up for our
Yeah.
recovery crew. Good job.
Alston Tidwell is waiting patiently in our race line starting gate.
Marky Bell says, headed your way soon. Yeah, heck yeah. It's a great way. Right now, like I said, the temperature has dropped a little bit, so I think we are getting a little more cloud cover right now, which doesn't hurt my feelings. And a little sprinkle knocked down some of the dust, so that'd be nice to have. But we'll see how that goes.
All right, we are letting the recovery vehicles get back into their position on the track, and then we'll be ready to send Alston. All right,
Alston
here we
Tidwell.
go. Alston's going to have to break into the 60s if he wants to get into that top 3 right now. All right, he's making his way down that Mickey Thompson mountainside. Coming into the RCV ravine, definitely not coming in quite as quick as Brandon after seeing that, I'm sure.
Took his time a little bit. Again, I think you'll see a few drivers check up now, at least for the next few drivers anyway.
All right, let's check his time. 86.604 for Alston Tidwell. We've got Brantley Havens now on the line, and I do believe Brantley's going to wrap up course 1 for us in the UTV stock class today. Brantley is one of our young drivers that started with us in the youth class, and then this season kind of phased out of that and into the UTV stock class. So we love seeing that. I hope that we have a lot more of our other youth drivers, as they get a little older and are ready for moving into the stock class as well. I hope we'll see that whole new crop of young drivers moving on up into a different class. Looking good so far, Brantley. Come on through that RCV ravine. Brantley's got some cool stickers made up right now, too. He came over and gave me one this morning. Got his signature cowboy hat on there.
Of course.
Part of his logo. Looking good. Eight 0.563 for Brantley Havens. Awesome run for Brantley, and he did wrap up course 1 for the Rock Life Off-Road UTV stock class. We are going to take a quick commercial break, and then we'll be back with all that VIN class racing action.
Mickey Thompson Tires announces a new American mud terrain legend, the new Baja Legend MTZ. 35 different sizes, and one is just waiting for your rig. The Baja Legend MTZ.
All right, guys, I'm going to give you that top 5 from course 1 in the stock class real quick. Cody Kaysen had the top spot with a 64, then Clay Kaysen with a 65, Daniel Heckley with a 66, Scotty Harden with a 70.1, and then Reed Gann with a 70.3. That was your top 5 from course 1. We are ready to move into course 1 for the VIN class.
And you can hear them rumbling right now as you speak. Again, Don Curtis, just because he has that big monster 454, when it fires up, you can definitely tell, versus some of our side-by-sides who have mufflers on. Much different sound. So
I don't think it's just the muffler, Matt.
Yeah, and again, they're going to have the same course, so they'll be out there running the same course as the UTV stock class. Again, nothing super crazy. Again, when you take that big vehicle, sitting a lot higher, bigger tires, some of those guys will do pretty well. Some of those might have a little more trouble with the downhill rock section. Being a little more nimble is nice. So, like, obviously a Cherokee or something might be a little bit more nimble than, say, the big trucks. I know Colton's truck's pretty good size. Don Curtis' truck's pretty good size. So, having those bigger trucks definitely plays a role. So, we'll see what those guys do. I saw them all walking out the course this morning. So, we were checking them out, see what their plan was.
Let's go see if their plans hold up. Charles Caris has a stunt double today. Looks like Mark Crow on the line, racing for Charles. Matt, I'm still waiting for you to bring out one of your Jeeps for us. I'm telling you. I'll take course 1, you'll take course 2. I'm going to stick a GoPro in there. It's going to be great.
Probably the next... Yeah, the problem is all of our races now are like 8 to 12 hours away. It's a long drive for several rigs, multiple rigs. Because you bring that, you might as well bring the side-by-side and just crush all 3 courses that weekend, Ooh, in-car.
Oh, I know.
Like
that's
it.
yeah. We'll GoPro live stream from inside somehow. We can commentate from inside the vehicle while we're racing, Matt. It could be epic.
Yeah.
It could be. Just think about it.
It would be awesome, I promise. It would be epic.
Ooh.
Wow.
Sounding a little crunchy over there
Yes.
for Mark, but I think he's gonna gonna make it. Nothing slowing him down. Chad Molitor agreed with my plan.
Yeah. 89.764 for Mr. Charles Chris.
Chad, we might need a sponsored vehicle.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah.
Now Matt's on board.
Yeah, no, I like racing. I just hauling multiple vehicles. Actually, almost my cousin is a car dealer, and we were looking at a double car hauler, and I was thinking, I could put a Cherokee and a bouncer on there. It was like a 34-foot, 36-foot. I'm like, we have plenty of room. We might even put our 800cc Razor sideways on there. We get 3 rigs on there. I'm like, I'm just saying, it'd be nice.
Hauling vehicles it can be logistically difficult. That is one reason why I haven't brought the Avenger out in a long time. Don Curtis out on the course now for his second time so far today.
What's up, Jonathan Wright? Mr. Black Dog Photography tuning in. It's been a while since I've seen Jonathan out here. Jonathan, one of our OG photographers for the sport. Again, that is just literally like a monster of a truck, you know. Chad said we could drive the Raptor if you promise not to scratch it.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. I don't think we can we shouldn't make promises we can't keep, Matt.
I don't know how well that would work.
Hey.
Get
The
her.
top of his truck says Bigfoot. Heck yeah.
I love it.
I guess he liked my suggestion.
Yes. It's blue like the actual Bigfoot. I mean, I feel like that's
perfect. .125 for Don Curtis. We also just had an 8.9 for Mark Crow.
And now we got Hoback Racing on the line.
Let's see if Justin could get in there on the 89 too.
Dude, that would be hilarious if all of them run 89s. I would be very impressed.
It's not outside the realm of possibility. We have seen stranger things happen as far as times go out here.
Yeah. Watching the live feed from my tent, Steve Allen says. That's awesome. Being out camping, watching a live feed,
Nice.
That's pretty awesome.
Best of both worlds.
Yeah.
Sean Keller said Bigfoot is a Ford.
He is a Ford. They do have a Chevy Bigfoot. It's sponsored by MLB. It's white.
It's all right. Our Bigfoot can be whatever we want it to be.
Yeah. You know that's the 7th most recognizable vehicle in the world, Bigfoot?
The monster truck?
Yeah.
Bigfoot? Really?
Yeah. I saw one of their flyers one time, and it said that on there, and I was like, I wonder what the other 6
What's
are.
Yeah,
Like,
now I'm curious.
I kind of want to know the top 10. You know, if you know the top 7, you want to know the top 10.
All right, somebody out there Google it for us.
Yep.
We need to know the
Hey, Taylor.
top 6 most recognizable vehicles in the world.
And this is a vehicle that also gets driven on the road. I know that because I passed him this morning, and we were going opposite directions on the highway. So I asked him later. I was like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm going to get some pictures of Haley. I said, okay. Cool.
It's a truck of
It is
many uses.
multi-use, the Swiss Army knife of trucks. So.
Steve, no, he meant he's in the Super Grip tent. That's right.
Oh,
I saw
okay,
Steve up
okay.
there. Still, at least you have some good racing action to watch.
Yeah. He is walking around. I saw him this morning.
The WT is not light and nimble, but it is tough.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing out here when you're bouncing through these kinds of rocks. And then you still need to be able to drive it to the gas station later.
Yeah.
Today.
Yeah. Yes. We're gonna
get the snacky.
I mean,
snacks.
I was about to say, get some drinks, get some snacky snacks. Those are important, Yeah, he's. You don't realize how bouncy that is until you see the old WT bouncing through there, and you're like, man, that truck bounces. How many rocks are in there? And again, I think he's being a little more gentle because again, he may have to go get snacks later tonight.
Steve says Kit from Knight Rider has to be on that list.
That's true.
I bet there's like a Batmobile or something that. We really need to know this though.
Yeah.
I need somebody to Google, please, for us the top 6. Now that we know number 7.
156.803 for Justin Holback in the old WT.
Just shy of hitting the 89 mark.
Just a tad. But again, I think he was trying to keep it together, As we saw Brandon, I think he probably saw Brandon was like, you know what, I want to make sure this truck stays together. We still have to use it all weekend.
All right, guys. So that did wrap up Course 1 for the VIN class. Don Curtis had the fastest time with an 89.1, and then we had Mark Crow running for Charles with an 89.7, and Justin Hoback with a 156. We are ready to move into our Super Grip UTV Cup class, Course 1, right after this quick commercial break.
These UTV guys have been pushing the limits for years, and we are keeping up with them, providing them the strongest axle on the planet. Our UTV line uses all 300M components, high-temp synthetic moly grease, to handle the abuse of these short courses or long desert races, whatever these guys are doing. They've been pushing the limits, and we've been keeping up. So the years of development for the Pro Series line with our 300M, we have learned so much. We've taken that technology and we've taken the things out of it that make it, absolutely the strongest and made it the strongest in class for trail use. And we've come out with a Trail Series axle. And that axle is going to be 4340 chromoly steel, all U.S. made, and it is going to be the best in class for your trail. So you don't necessarily have to get the Pro Series. If you're not out here racing, if you don't have 300 horsepower hill killing with these guys, you can get a Trail Series RCV axle and go out and cruise with your buddies with peace of mind that you're not going to break. So for everything UTV, visit us at rcvperformance.com. And for Trail Series, find us at trailseriesaxle.com.
All right, and we are back. We were just chatting. We're back. For those of you just tuning in, we have had our UTV stock class. We have had our VIN class we just wrapped up. Now we're getting ready to kick off our UTV Unlimited Cup class. Again, looks like we got, 16, 18?
Yeah, about 15-ish.
16, 18 drivers there on our list. We're going to be thrashing it out. They'll be going down a much, much rockier course. But I'm excited because some of them are talking about literally just sending it off that ledge and landing. And it's a pretty gnarly jump. Again, as the viewers, I don't think you guys realize how gnarly some of these ledges are. So,
as always,
yes.
Things on camera are more difficult than they appear.
Yes.
All right, and the hills are steeper than they appear.
Yes. So we're excited. Again,
take our word for it.
Should go pretty well. We're excited to see them. Again, this is our 5th race of the National Rock Racing Association, presented by Mickey Thompson Tires, and this race is brought to you by RCV, the strongest axles on the planet.
The strongest.
Oh yeah, I run them on my buggy. I love them.
Me too.
They're very, very durable. We beat on them. I have had a failure, but it was only because we were doing things we maybe shouldn't be.
You had a failure to communicate?
We did. It was yes, we did. It was again. I run the 35 spline for all your Jeep guys out there. You're gonna be running a 35 spline, Dana 60. I beat on them with a 43-inch tire, and they hold up just fine most of the time. So if you're looking for if you're on a 35-inch DOT tire, it'll last you. You'll be annoyed and want to buy new ones because you're just annoyed. It's like changing your wrap every once in a while. You're like, it works so good, you're bored.
Them up.
You really do. Taking them out, re-greasing them every once in a while, making sure you repack your bearings, make sure the grease stays well. Obviously, somebody like Paul Wolf, who races Ultra 4, they have to pack theirs after each race, but they're also doing the hardest terrain in the world for 12 hours. So those are a little bit longer. Again, a regional race is 2 hours plus a lap, hour and a half plus a lap. So those guys thrash on them a little harder than most people do in your 9 to 5, day-to-day traffic. So then they obviously, some of those guys are running the 40 spline stuff. I know the UFO cars run them, and they just thrash through there. So definitely give those guys a call. Check them out.
Craig Zollner on the line. Speaking of the RCV axles, if you want to see a thrashing on them, go watch my race from last October at Adventure Off-Road Park. I beat the heck out of the Avenger, and nothing broke, which is pretty amazing, including the axles. So y'all can check that out if you're wondering.
Again, most of the bouncer guys run 40 splines. Have you ever seen a bouncer launch through the air and land wide open throttle and still not break? That's because it's RCV. So give those guys a call. Check them out.
All right, Craig Zollner is kicking off round 1 for the Super Grip UTV Cup class. Already you can see that the course is we're changing things up a little bit for the Cup class. I'm not sure what just happened with Craig.
Again, came flying through that little gauntlet of rocks there, and when he was coming up where the UTV stock guys that were going down, that's where Brandon Davis broke. So going through that creek coming up, definitely hard on the machine.
Oh, no, I see harnesses are off.
Yeah. Steve Allen says that the DeLorean from Back to the Future has to be on there. Yeah, I would say so. That's got to be.
That's a good one. Good one, Steve.
Batmobile, DeLorean. Yeah.
All right, so Craig is out seeing it. It sounds like the buggy just quit running. It's hard to tell when we have our headsets on. So if Craig is able to self-recover and nobody else has to go out and help him and touch the vehicle, then he can jump back in and finish his run, and that is totally allowed.
What I heard.
Oh, I see the helmet coming off, though. I think that's going to be the end.
I thought he got it started back up, but we also have about 50 side-by-sides off to me and Bree's left side, so...
It was trying, but it did cut off again, so I think he's done. Man, we hate seeing that for Craig. We haven't seen him out here race with us since Wildcat, I believe. He had some tough break there as well. Man, you hate seeing that when everybody puts in the time and effort to travel and get the buggy together and wants to come out and run, but that's also part of racing. We've all been there at one point or another. Oh, now it's running.
Dang it, Tasty, that. Again, hopefully was able to get it fixed and figure out whatever was wrong. Again, I've seen weird things. I've seen fuses blow, connectors come undone. I've seen ground wires break. I've seen lots of weird things that...
All right, that means we've got Dan Carter on the line now. In that awesome, almost brand new buggy. We saw him race this at Rush a few weeks ago at our last event. I like that color scheme, like that wrap on there.
Yeah.
It's always a classic.
Again, whipping around that corner there. You can see that dust getting pretty gnarly as the drone's whipping and blowing through there. That wrap is so sharp on there. That and the chassis just looks so clean.
All right, now they're going to be coming down
a very rough rock section.
What they call here.
Okay.
Oh, and it worked. It worked.
Wow.
Okay, so here at Hog Pride, they call that Maverick. If you've been to the park before, then you would recognize that hill. We're going to call it the Mickey Thompson Mountain today. And Dan Carter just made it look easy. I was standing at the bottom of that hill this morning, guys, looking at it, and trust me, I did not expect it to be quite that easy coming down. So well done, Dan.
Getting that Dan Carter from Rock Life Off-Road.
Oh, Steve found the list for us.
I was looking
okay,
at it
hang
right
on.
there.
We got to get Dan's time first, though. First things first. All right, that was an 80.723 for Dan Carter. That is our first time of the day for Course 1 in the Super Grip UTV Cup class.
Again, Steve on the list. He said DeLorean's number 1, Aston Martin from James Bond's 2, Cadillac Hearst from Ghostbusters is 3, the Ford Mustang from Bullitt, the Ferrari from Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Mini Cooper from Italian Job, 7, 1974 Dodge Monaco from the Blues Brothers. Those are pretty famous cars.
I only knew like half of those.
Yeah,
But I did want a Mini Cooper after I watched the Italian Job.
they are pretty iconic.
And Dad wouldn't let me have one. He said it would crumple up like a tuna can if I got in a wreck.
I think they're pretty durable. The Cadillac from Ghostbusters, that has to be pretty iconic.
I've never seen Ghostbusters.
But you recognize the Cadillac, though,
I probably would if I saw a picture of it.
with the logo, all the sirens and lights and all the stuff on it. It's got the Ghostbuster logo on the side. It's pretty iconic. Steve Allen said, "I'm so old." When you said you didn't recognize half of them. Yeah.
That's Riley Bradford in our race line starting gate. Right now, waiting for the old course clear. And you know what, guys? I did just realize that Dan Carter was actually running for Mark Carpenter's spot for his points. So, there you go.
There we go.
Fun fact for the folks at home.
Love it. And they have to hit that. There's some corner rocks down there that are just right on the corner that stick out, and a lot of buggies are tagging them pretty hard.
Had to do a quick backup there to stay out of that banner. Didn't want to get himself a time penalty for taking out a flag. Also launching it down the Mickey Thompson Mountain and making it work. Coming back through the RCV ravine now.
Oh. Maybe went back to low
Trying
right
to.
there.
.873 for Riley Bradford. I see that bright orange on the starting line now. That means it must be Dylan Dowler on the line. Old Double D Racing.
Yeah, several of our rigs are very, very noticeable. We have some very iconic colors that stick out.
Got to stand out.
I mean, we have a few that are just like black with a wrap on them, but we have some that are.
Look like someone dumped out a bag of Skittles.
They really did. Yeah.
Over in the pits.
They are. It's kind of cool looking sometimes when you're locking, especially if they're all different colors. It looks kind of neat with them all lined up. What's up, Scott Marr?
Taste the rainbow.
Hey, I like some Starbies every now and again.
You remember those commercials?
Yeah.
Skittles, taste the rainbow.
Again, that iconic orange is on both of his buggies, so it always looks good.
Think anyone ever calls Dylan Dill Pickle?
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure.
He's probably going to love that.
Yeah.
All right, so Dylan is third in points in the UTV Cup class coming into this weekend. Clay Kaysen is in the lead in points, followed by Timmy Cameron and then Dylan. Dylan also took home a second place finish from our last event a few weeks ago in Rush, Kentucky. And he was on the podium last weekend at Adventure Off-Road Park in Tennessee for their Adventure Challenge Series race. All in all, Dylan's having a pretty solid season so far.
Yeah, definitely.
I mentioned it earlier when he ran in the stock class, but you guys can check him out at Dowler Motorsports. Yeah. And go like and subscribe. He posts some good race recaps after his events. Flying over that race line ramp.
He is whipping through there. 7:4.951. That is our new fastest time for Mr. Dylan Dowler.
But we've got Cooper Bentley on the line. Cody Kaysen and Clay Kaysen those are our next three racers. So we'll see, can Dylan hang on to that top spot or not? Tough crowd in the UTV Cup class today. We've got a great lineup of drivers. That's not Cooper on the line. Who is that? DC. How'd DC sneak in there? He's not on my list. Oh my, that's such a DC thing to do. All right, I'll add him to my list. Just for you, DC. All right, here we go. Let's see what he can do.
Something does not sound right. I mean, he's obviously slinging around that corner very quickly, but
it's not slowing him down. But
no. It sounded good now. So I don't know if there was.
Yeah, that was weird.
Just loading up in the beginning. Oh, wow.
Oh.
Hit a rock.
Oh.
It literally, you could see his bottom undercarriage hit that rock, and it stopped the entire buggy. I think he's asking him what he hit. Maybe he's all on neutral now. No. All right. Guess he's good. Yeah,
so he's got a very low slung chassis, and there's a rock down in this ravine here that just.
And he hit it right in the center.
He just hit it square on.
I mean, right center. Again, where me and Bree are sitting, you can turn around and watch it. Again, right in the center of the chassis, just blasted right into that rock. I mean, it stopped him dead in his tracks. And then I think he was had the brake on, so when he let off the brake, it brought the chassis up enough to clear the rock. So
this is why we wear Hans devices when we race.
We're right back through.
Got his tires up on that rock this time.
Yeah. Again, you can see Brandon Davis down there at the do a winch on, it looks like. Got his trailing arm off the ground, get the parts, get it fixed. Looks like he's getting it put back together.
All right, guys, we're waiting on that time for DC. Apparently, we've had a radio failure. Yeah. Or maybe he switched with Crystal. I think he switched with Crystal, Taylor.
.102.
I heard a 102 something.
111,
for
I think.
DC.
I think it was a 102, 111.
All right. This is Cooper Bentley, that blue blur you just saw go across your screen.
Taylor jumped out of the trailer for a minute.
All right, we'll give you guys a play-by-play. Taylor, Cooper is coming back through the RCV ravine. He's making his way through the rocks quickly.
You can see how
All right, he's headed up the hill. He's about to get to the top of that CA Tech cliff. He's coming down the Mickey Thompson mountain now. All right, here we go. He's squared up. There he is on your screen.
Whoa, baby. Leaping down there. Cooper's
like
flying.
a mountain goat. This is going to be a really quick time from Cooper. Did he beat Dylan Dowler?
Wow.
Oh, not quite.
Wow.
77.622 for Cooper Bentley. Dylan still in the lead with a 74. We've got Cody Kaysen on the line now.
And what's crazy is I would have almost bet money that Cooper's run was faster than Dylan, just by the way it looked.
It did look faster,
And
but
yet,
I think Dylan's was maybe just a little smoother.
Yeah.
Cooper got hung up just a little at the top.
Yeah, okay.
At the very top where he made his turn. We couldn't really see it from down here, but he was up there for a little too long.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what went wrong up there.
Yeah, again, there's.
But at any rate, still a great run.
Yeah, 3 seconds difference. I would have bet money that he would have been faster. So
he was really fast coming through the ravine down here.
what's up, Jack Hollingsworth? Tuning in. The third. I guess I just saw a screen name. I guess I never realized he was a third.
A third. All right, Cody Kaysen.
Again, you can see how much dust is just spewing out of there.
Cody had the fastest time in the stock class on round 1. Can he do that again for the cup class? So far, so good. Up the CA Tech cliff. All right. You know he's about to launch it down this.
Oh, man.
I'd call that a moderate
Yes.
send.
Yes.
That was a moderate send, but it worked.
It
Worked
did.
just fine.
It did.
In case you're wondering, guys, you have a scale of no send, moderate send, and full send.
I would put I would put a slight send in there as well.
Slight send?
Like no send, slight send,
Okay.
moderate send.
All right, we'll add that to the scale.
No send is like when they're stuck on like high centered. Yeah. 81.556 for Mr. Cody Kaysen.
All right, Dylan Dowler still safe at the top spot right now with a 74, followed by Cooper Bentley with a 77, and Dan Carter running for Mark Carpenter with an 80.7. That should be Clay Kaysen on the line now. We'll have to confirm that once the dust settles a little bit. All right, Clay Kaysen is here to defend his title. He is in the lead in points coming into this weekend in the UTV Cup class. He's got 7 points ahead of Timmy right now in the Cup class with 367. And he also was on the top box at Rush for our last race in the Cup class, and at last weekend at AOP for their series race as well. He was on that top spot. So far, so good for Clay.
And this new chassis, this 401K buggy, he's done very well with it and just been hammering down.
His 401K has actually been paying off a little bit so far for him.
Well played. Well played. His 401 has definitely been paying off.
And he skirted through just under the banner at the top of the CA Tech cliff.
Here we go. Whoa, buddy. Man.
You know, he already got beat by his little brother once in the stock class so far today, so I'm sure he doesn't want that to happen again. Definitely the Cup class is Clay's time to shine.
Definitely where he stands out.
.220 for Clay Kaysen. That is your new leader right now. We are in course 1, about halfway through for the Super Grip UTV Cup class. Clay Kaysen now squarely in the lead with a 68, followed by Dylan Dowler with a 74 and Cooper Bentley with a 77. We've still got Alston Tidwell, Casey Howe, Matt Myrick, David Darnell, Brandon Davis, Martin Stewart running for Austin Connell, Tim Cameron, Nathan King, and Madison King. So lots of racing still to go for Course 1 in our Super Grip UTV Cup class. And then, of course, after a brief intermission, we will be back for round 2 with all of our classes today. Tomorrow, as always, we'll be back with much more racing. We will have our UTV Bounty class, our UTV Youth class, and, of course, the Bouncers. That's all going to be kicking off tomorrow morning. We usually go live around 9:30, 9:45. Hopefully, we will not be in the middle of a storm at that time tomorrow. And you guys can come hang out with us on Hillside Live. Or, hey, if you're somewhere in the vicinity of Muscle Shoals-ish area, we are in Tuscumbia, Alabama. Come on out and check it out in person. It's much more fun in person.
Way better. Again, tomorrow may be cold and wet and rainy again, or it may be very sunny. We don't know. Again, predicting the weather is kind of a full-time job for some people, and we're kind of amateurs at it, so we're excited to see what's going to unfold. They're saying we might get a little sprinkle tonight, which I'd be okay with. I think most racers, that was kind of the general consensus this morning when we were checking out the courses. We would help knock down the dust a little bit, and we're okay with that. You know, help kind of keep the debris down, helps the cameras, helps viewers, as well as it helps you if you're going, again, like these courses a little longer, you're going up and then you're coming right back down into that same dust field. So having that dust be down is obviously going to be a much faster time, much more dependable. You can, it's a lot easier to race when you can see. So
yeah, that helps a little bit.
It does,
You know what? Usually we're here at Hawk Pride in August.
Yes.
Almost every year it seems like we're here in August. So this is still much better than the temperatures that we get in Alabama in August. I'll take it. We got rained on last year. We actually had to delay the race. It was raining so much on Friday, and then we had a beautiful sunny day on Saturday. So that's racing. That's just how it is. You work with what you got out here.
Yeah.
And we find a way to have fun regardless. Casey Howell is out on the course now. Casey took home a third-place win from our last event at Rush, Kentucky.
He is flying through there.
He made very quick work of that RCV ravine.
Nice smooth run going so far. Again, being able to corner there quick, come right back down definitely makes a big difference. We've seen the guys really push it hard. Again, tomorrow I think you're going to see some of the bouncers try to cut that a little bit tighter with the rear steer. Again, there are some big ledges there jumping down that. There are some bigger ledges there, but with the bouncers being bigger tires, I think they can kind of not worry as much. And then we're going to be going up that. So there he goes, getting to that finish line. 7.356 for Mr. Casey Howe.
Not bad, not bad. That's a second-place time right now behind Clay Kaysen, and that pushed Dylan Dowler down to third currently.
We got Matt Myrick on the line. We also Brandon is still over there working on his rig, but it looks like he has his race suit on and his Hans device on. So I think they're thrashing to get it put back together so they can race it on this UTV Cup Series on this first course.
All right, we've got Matt Myrick out on the course now. You guys probably recognize Matt from his Busted Knuckle Films YouTube channel, of course, and he was out here filming the hills this morning while we were walking around, checking things out. He's got some great content, lots of great content from over the years of racing on there. And it's fun to see him back out here, not just behind the camera, but also behind the steering wheel. Been a little while before this season that we've seen Matt racing, so it's been fun seeing him get back into the buggy. He's been dialing it in for sure and getting smoother and smoother with each race this season. Working out the kinks. There's always kinks when you've got a new buggy, and especially when you are coming back from a break from racing.
Yeah.
I do hear that it sounds like he ran over a flag at the top of the hill. Unfortunately, that might give him a penalty if he took it all the way down.
Whoa, launching out through there.
Using that race line ramp for everything he can. $74.364.
I wonder how many bouncers we're going to see launch off that tomorrow. Think we'll see some bouncers airing it out over there?
Oh yeah.
Depends on the time advantage.
Yeah. As I was once told, tires in the air don't get you anywhere. So
Chad says, great job. He's enjoying the live feed. You know that guy.
Glad you're enjoying it, Chad. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate all of our online viewers.
Sounds like Matt did not get a flag penalty, maybe just tagged it or even maybe roosted it when he was around that corner up top. So that's 74.3. That's a third-place time right now, it's looking like. Clay Kaysen in the lead with a 68, followed by Casey Howell with a 73. Matt Myrick with a 74.3. Hang on, we got some radio chatter. All right. Upon further review, Knox is heading up to look at the flag. Matt may have gotten the flag penalty after all.
Okay. Sounds like he's going to give it. Gives him a 104 instead of a 74. That's okay. Still a good time. Not a horrible time.
It was a great run from Matt. Hopefully, he's still got course 2. He can give a little bit wider berth to those flags.
I've had a few flags my day.
So we've talked about it before, but it's always a good thing to review. Some people might wonder, why do you even have a flag penalty? Well, there's a few reasons for that. The flags that are out on the course, obviously we want to make sure that everybody is running as much of the same course as possible without any course cutting or short coursing or trying to cut any corners or get any advantages. So the flags are there to make sure that each obstacle is completed as the course is meant to be. And it's also we also use the flags in an area that might be protecting the spectators, so making sure that drivers are checking up where they need to in any areas where safety is of concern, or maybe there's something out on the course like a tree stump or a rock or something that's not movable but a safety concern. We want to make sure that flag is there to make sure drivers are paying attention checking up and not blasting through somewhere that they're not supposed to be. So that's what the flag penalties are for. If you just brush one, or if you roost one with gravel or mud or whatever when you go by, that's not a penalty. But if you knock it down, if you take it out, that's when the 30-second penalty is incurred.
And again, we're talking about that safety concern, those trees and rocks that stick out that you're kind of worried about safety. If you hit those at full tilt with a bouncer, it usually doesn't end well. So it's a safety concern on one hand, but at the same time, it's also something you don't want to tear your bouncer up on and end your day or break your stuff. So it does definitely save the parts too.
All right, everybody, we are going to cut to a quick commercial break, and then we'll be right back with more of our Super Grip UTV Cup class racing action.
Rebirthed from the depths of Baja, Mickey Thompson Tires announces a new American mud terrain legend. The new Baja Legend MTZ. Silica reinforced T4 tread compound. Powerply 3-ply construction. Improved 4-pitch side biters. Proven MTZ tread styling for undisputed traction. 35 different sizes, and one is just waiting for your rig. The Baja Legend MTZ.
These UTV guys have been pushing the limits for years, and we are keeping up with them, providing them the strongest axle on the planet. Our UTV line uses all 300M components, high-temp synthetic moly grease, to handle the abuse of these short courses or long desert races, whatever these guys are doing. They've been pushing the limits, and we've been keeping up. So the years of development for the Pro Series line with our 300M, we have learned so much. We've taken that technology and we've taken the things out of it that make it, absolutely the strongest, and made it the strongest in class for trail use. And we've come out with a Trail Series axle. And that axle is going to be 4340 chromoly steel, all US made, and it is going to be the best in class for your trail. So you don't necessarily have to get the Pro Series. If you're not out here racing, if you don't have 300 horsepower hill killing with these guys, you can get a Trail Series RCV axle and go out and cruise with your buddies with peace of mind that you're not going to break. So for everything UTV, visit us at rcvperformance.com. And for Trail Series, find us at trailseriesaxle.com.
All right, everybody, and we are back with our Super Grip UTV Cup class. We've still got not quite half of our drivers to go for Course 1. If you're just joining us here, welcome to Hillside Live. We are at Hawk Pride Off-Road Park in Tuscumbia, Alabama this weekend for Round 5 of the Mickey Thompson NRRA, this weekend presented by RCV Axle. And we've got David Darnell out on the course.
And we're back. Definitely ripping through that gauntlet there.
Liking that purple color.
We've definitely seen some guys absolutely just thrashing through that gauntlet, and they're going a lot faster. Surprisingly, since Brandon Davis did tear up that trailing arm this morning, Again, being Cup Series, they have a little bit more durable parts. Most of these guys have custom-built rigs that are obviously a lot more durable. But to see Brandon tear something up and to see guys pushing this hard later. But, again, this is a race, so they're trying to be as quick as they can.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like they're out here to lay down the fastest pass or something.
They really are.
All right, David's coming back through the RCV ravine here. Got a pretty smooth run going so far. We'll see what that time is. 94.141. Not bad, not bad. All right, looks like Martin Stewart on the line right now. He's filling in for Austin Connell today. Austin is here. I talked to him at the driver's meeting, but he broke something. So Martin is filling in for him, and I was joking with him. I was like, no, Martin, why don't you just let him drive yours? He's like, he can't drive from that side. So Martin's got a right-hand drive buggy. I don't know if I could drive from that side either.
Yeah.
That would take a little getting used to.
The old Joe Dirt buggy we had was a right-hand drive, and there was times when I first got it, I'd walk to the driver's side, and I was like, oh, this isn't the driver's side. Walk around the other side. It is kind of different. It's interesting, but it's not as hard as you think it would be. You know, once you start racing and putting everything down,
adapt.
You just kind of figure it out. So
I've never driven a single-seat buggy either.
Yeah, it's they're interesting. Like I said, we had the motor and trench case kind of sitting next to us, so we had just kind of a box, kind of like Timmy's rig, kind of.
Uh-oh. All right, he checked up a bit and make sure to stay out of those flags that are at the top. Oh no! We've got our
back on his wheels.
First rollover coming down the Mickey Thompson Mountain. He did land it, but
he may have broke some steering because it took him pretty. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
He broke a tire. I don't know if I don't think he can head through that.
He's looking like Coy Chapel. Was it Coy earlier?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I don't know if he could get through the next rock section with only one wheel turning.
Oh, man. Let's go to a quick replay presented by Rock Racing TV. Oh, man, you know that's disappointing for Martin, but also for Austin, who was hoping for those points. But for us, we have our first skinny pedal nomination.
I was going to say, when he landed, I was like, well, there's a skinny pedal. What's up, Charles Chris? Tuning in. Sean Havens, part of that Havens Racing team.
You need to do some work on old Trusty here. Getting a little rough. She's a cross member, man. Oh, God. What else? She's been through a lot. I still like my left foot.
Oh, man, hate to see that. That is Austin out there in that the green high-vis vest. We've still got Tim Cameron, Nathan King, Madison King, and if everything gets put back together in the little Can-Am, Brandon Davis. I've also got Austin Tidwell on my list, too. Did he break something? He didn't break anything. I wonder why he didn't run yet.
Looks like they're all seeing what he can try to get fixed there. We
are trying to figure out what the best route for recovery is. You know, it takes a little while to move the heavy machinery.
Yeah.
You know, on and off the course. So, trying to decide how to get Martin recovered off the course right now.
I'll say probably wheeling some equipment over there. Get the equipment fired up. Probably could use Keith to get him off of there, but I think it sounds like you're calling for Holback to get his truck over there. I know we have several recovery vehicles. Again, they're trying to look at it, see exactly what he broke, maybe, and what it'll take to get it fixed. Getting that Batcave Customs chassis there. Definitely out getting thrashed around, but we'll get this vehicle recovered and be back right after these messages.
So we have 3 different beadlock wheels that most of our guys use. We have the teardrop, we have the twisted, and then we have the twisted black. So we have a machine version of the twisted, then we have the black. We have these in 14 and 15 inch, all 4 lug. But we'll be coming out with, in addition to some of the tires I was talking about earlier that we're coming out with, we're going to have a new line of wheels come out. Some of those will be 5 lug to keep up with some of the new manufacturing that's happening in the UTV world. But the beadlock wheels that we're selling right now, Rock Life and those guys carry these as well. So right now we're having some specials on them. So I'd recommend if you need a set of beadlocks, you're not going to find any cheaper than those.
These UTV guys have been pushing the limits for years, and we are keeping up with them, providing them the strongest axle on the planet. Our UTV line uses all 300M components, high-temp synthetic moly grease, to handle the abuse of these short courses or long desert races, whatever these guys are doing. They've been pushing the limits, and we've been keeping up. So the years of development for the Pro Series line with our 300M, we have learned so much. We've taken that technology and we've taken the things out of it that make it, absolutely the strongest and made it the strongest in class for trail use. And we've come out with a Trail Series axle. And that axle is going to be 4340 chromoly steel, all U.S. made, and it is going to be the best in class for your trail. So you don't necessarily have to get the Pro Series. If you're not out here racing, if you don't have 300 horsepower hill killing with these guys, you can get a Trail Series RCV axle and go out and cruise with your buddies with peace of mind that you're not going to break. So for everything UTV, visit us at rcvperformance.com. And for Trail Series, find us at trailseriesaxle.com.
All right, we're back. Again, you can see Brandon Davis in the corner of that screen. He was over there working his rig. It's still tilted up, so I think we're still working on that. Sparky stopped by. Mr. S-Class, races the Bouncer S-Class.
Yeah, haven't seen him in a while.
2.5-ton buggy. Said it had been a few years. He was going to change out the hubs, I think, and go to sold the wheels and tires, going to a 8-lug pattern. Again, there's a shot of that race line starting gate, and then as soon as they come out of the starting gate, they hit that big ramp. All right. Sound like we got Tim Cameron on the starting line. Clock is hot.
All right, Timmy's time to beat right now is a 68 from Clay Kaysen. And Clay was pushing pretty hard to get that, so
he was.
Curious to see what Timmy does now.
Timmy and Clay have been battling pretty good this season so far.
Clay is 7 points ahead of Timmy coming into the weekend. They're first and second in our UTV Cup class.
Timmy just bouncing around that corner.
Cutting a tight loop there, coming off the CA Tech cliff.
Again, smooth work coming down that hill. Drop it in there.
Smooth as fast.
He really has been smooth today. Again, it doesn't look fast, but it's very smooth, so. Nice little jump there. Ripping through the finish line.
69.740. Clay Kaysen still in the lead with a 68, now followed by Timmy with a 69. And then it looks like Casey Howell with a 73. And we've got Nathan King on the line.
That iconic 01 wrap there. It's so true. It's so true. Again, the King family has that iconic orange and iconic pink buggies. Madison, definitely you can see anywhere in the woods. He's making quick work of that.
Sounds like Nathan might have gotten himself a flag penalty.
Literally whipping that corner on 2 wheels right there. Wow.
Whoa. He's moving.
Whoa.
Sending it off the race line ramp.
That's a 72.402.
All right, that gives him a 102.402 for Nathan King. And it looks like he did dig tag one of those flags that round. But, man, that stinks.
Madison King sitting in that race line starting gate now. All right, here we go with Madison.
Again, we were just talking about that iconic pink cage ripping through the woods there. Taking her time around that corner again. See what she's going to do. She, slowed up and then kind of gassed a little bit more there.
Looking like a good smooth run from Madison. Let's see what the time is. 82.620 for Madison King.
I see Brandon's rig. He still hasn't ran yet, but I do see that rig still tipped up. It looks like I don't know if they're going to give him time to get it fixed or again.
Well, we do still have Alston to run, so I don't know if Brandon's how close he is or not to getting finished.
And they might even, say we shut down and do our quick intermission, they might let him run the course. As soon as we come back live, they might let him run the course before.
Hello, Knox.
We do our second course, just that way we can get a time for it. I've seen that happen before. Guys break their buggy running and have to, or even breaking it getting to the hill. I've seen instances where they've let them run last. Or fire it back up right before we get the drivers on the second course. They'll let one driver on the first course. And we try to be as fair. Again, we know a lot of these drivers spend a lot of money on the vehicle. They spend a lot of time in the shop working. They have buddies come over and help them get it all put back together. And then they spend a lot of money and time getting it here to the race. So we try to give everybody as much possible chances to run and get out there and have fun and really enjoy. Again, that's why we do the team sets. We have guys put a buggy together and race team style with it. So.
All right, here we go with Alston Tidwell. He's about halfway done. Got a pretty smooth run so far. Alston is one of our drivers that races with us in the stock class also. So we saw him racing in that earlier this afternoon.
Yeah, again, that's a great point, Bree. We have a lot of buggies that just get absolutely, demolished as they run through classes. I know a lot of these guys also go riding sometimes the night before, night after, do some trail wheeling, which is a great way to get comfortable in the buggy, kind of learn rollover points, and sometimes you find the weak link there.
And through the finish line. Let's see what he got.
94.209 for Alston Tidwell. Again, it looks like Brandon, there's about 6 guys standing on the back of it. I think they're trying to get put back together. I don't know if they will. Again, well, Clyde's down there. I'm sure he'll kind of see if he can get this figured out for us.
Oh. Do we have Brandon Davis in Cooper's buggy?
And so the rule for the Southern Rock Racing Series is whatever you start with that day, you have to finish the day with. His UTV he raced this morning, he will have to continue racing in the stock class, but the Unlimited, if he starts it with a different buggy, he can still run with that same buggy. Again, keeping his points secure for the day.
So Cooper's got his fingers crossed that Brandon doesn't break anything right now so that Cooper can have his second run.
Yes.
And same thing for Brandon. So hopefully they can both get all their runs in today. Let's see how Brandon does. Here we go. I'm sure that feels a little different than the Can-Am, just slightly. I wonder how it came about that he picked Cooper's.
Yeah. I think that he probably was like, hey, I got to win this. Cooper's like, yeah, I don't care.
Cooper is 4th in points coming into this weekend in the Cup class.
The entire Bentley family is very, very kind people, so I'm sure they had no problem in jumping in there and helping out. What's up, Mary Bynum? Up there in the merch trailer checking us out.
Whoa. All right, he checked up a little upon entering the RCV ravine.
He's like, not this time. Not again.
Not today, Satan. Did our drone just get hit by a rock? That saw a little bobble. 84.292 for Brandon Davis, running in Cooper's rig. All right, I do believe that wrapped up course 1 for us for the Super Grip UTV Cup class. So we are going to run to a quick commercial break, and when we come back, I'll have that top 5 rundown for you.
All right, so this is our XT tire, and this is the 35, 10, 15. This is the biggest tire that we make for a UTV. And this is the road compound. We have 2 different compounds. As you can see, it's kind of hard to squeeze these together. This is going to last you a lot longer if you're just doing trail riding, riding on asphalt to get to the trails. If you're trailering and you're only going to be on trails, then I would recommend our trail compound. And it's much softer. It will grip and grab those rocks really well. That's what the majority of our drivers that we sponsor use the XT trail compound. But we also have our AMP tire. And this is a 6-ply tire. The XT is an 8-ply. It's got really tough sidewalls. And in fact, one of our drivers took first place in the Bounty Series last race in Hot Springs with this tire. So those are the 2 main tires that all racers use. And you can get any of these tires and the wheels that they're mounted on through Rock Life as well.
All right, guys, let me give you that top 5 rundown from course 1 for the Cup class. Clay Kaysen held on to the top spot with a 68, followed by Tim Cameron with a 69, Casey Howell with a 73, Dylan Dowler with a 74, and then Cooper Bentley with a 77. Those were your top 5 from course 1. We are through with round 1 for all 3 classes, so that means we're just going to take a quick break, and then we'll be back for round 2 for all 3 classes. Taylor, do you know what time we are going to come back? Listening to some radio chatter, guys. All right, guys, so we will be live around in about 10 minutes. We'll be hoping to leave the line at about 3:15.
All right.
And that is Central Time. So don't go too far. You got just a little break here. Go grab a little snack, as Matt would say, and we'll be back for round 2 for all of our racing action.
We'll see you guys.